Hi guys and welcome back. So I know a lot of you are probably looking at this video and thinking, why are you making a video like this? Well, hear me out. My computer is away getting fixed and the computer I'm using is very old, so it really can't hack me doing like jumpy edits or anything like that. So basically all we have now is long form content until I get my laptop back, so forgive me. So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to do a get ready with me. That's what the title means. But that means I have to put my hair up first. Goodbye, hair. Oh, it's like so crispy. It's always crispy because I only wash it once a week, man. Sweet. So obviously the world's kind of weird right now. Like, I think we can all establish that. This is the new one, by the way, for me. Like, I've done maybe 2 of these before in the past. And there's good reason. It's because I'm terrible enough at doing makeup as it is without trying to like talk and do it at the same time. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, life's not normal for anybody right now, let's face it. But I feel like I'm making the most of it. Like, I'm still working because realistically my life really hasn't changed that much. You know, I'm kind of used to working from home quite a bit. I think the only thing that's different is like, well, what I'm sad about was I had lots of gigs planned, you know, like actual real life gigs. No shade at my Stage It crew because we know that Stage It is my jam. But yeah, I was actually getting ready just to announce some like real world shows, and then we were like, let's not announce anything just yet. Let's see how this corona thing affects us, because it seems to be getting worse, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. And then literally a week later, and you know yourself, like that, like a week in corona time is a lot can change, and it did. So I just ended up having to cancel them, which, you know, obviously nobody knew about them anyway, so like they weren't really missing out. But I suppose I'd kind of been hinting at the fact that there was stuff coming, like there was gonna be live stuff coming, but you know, on the bright side, I have been still doing my online shows, my Stage It shows, which if you don't know what they are, it's just like online gigs. I'm sure you're more familiar now since of the whole COVID-19 situation. But I've been doing them for 6 years, so I'm not new to this. But the community there is amazing because there's been people that are there and they've been there for the whole 6 years, and I think that is insane. Also, can we appreciate this? Look at that. This is something they used on my face during my TV days, and I always wanted to buy it, but I could never justify it. And then I got some gift vouchers from Amazon for doing some surveys and stuff. And I decided that when I get these gift vouchers, I was like, I'm gonna buy the things that I would never normally allow myself to have. And this is one of them. So it like comes out like this. And then it goes like this horrible green color, but I think you can see like I've got a lot of like pink undertones in my face, red undertones. So it's like, oh, let's see if this makes a difference. Does it make a difference? Who knows? Is it pretty? Yes. Is that enough for me sometimes? Also yes. Yeah, the online gigs, they're really fun. The community's lovely. The last one I did, a lot of like press and stuff came down to it, which at the start, by the way, I'm filming beside my window and not using my microphone, so I apologize if the quality's not good. I'm just trying to be easy on my computer. But yeah, so a lot of press came down to the online shows, and at the start I was like, yeah, we'll try and be normal, because if you've never been to one, they're pretty weird. I get pretty weird, especially in like part 2, because wow, this neighborhood, man. People love big, massive exhausts here. Like, it's literally the teeniest little car. That is hilarious. We get it. You gotta dig back. Okay. Anyway, I was like, oh, I'll try and be normal. And literally 5 minutes in, I was like screaming butt nuggets and ringing a space gong. So that didn't really last that long, to be honest. But I always enjoy them. I love them. I love the community. I love everybody that goes to the shows because they're just lovely, supportive human beings. And honestly, I wouldn't have a career in music if it wasn't for them. So I have a lot to owe them. But the next show is going to be really weird because we're going to have to do social distancing. So, like, manager Rick's going to be in a different room. MJ is going to be in a different room. I'm going to be in a different room. So, it's going to be interesting to say the least. Like, but it should still be good. I've been practicing, which has been nice. There's definitely been like a lot more time to sing lately, which I've been like enjoying. Just enjoying actually just like putting on a speaker and just having a wee sing song has been really, really nice. Like, obviously, if you follow me like on Patreon and things like that, you know that my life hasn't exactly been plain sailing. Like, a lot of things have happened. Like, I hate saying it, it's like I didn't get dumped, and I didn't dump someone because we weren't in a relationship, but we were seeing each other for like, minus a 5-month gap, we'd basically been seeing each other for over a year and a half. So that ended, which is great. But it was like a really positive end for me because I, for the first time in like a long time, set a boundary and was like, right, I'm going to stand by this boundary. Here's the boundary. I'm not going to move. Even whenever I got like I miss you, I wish things didn't have to be like this, I was still like, same, but also boundary, and I didn't fold, so I'm very, very proud of myself. Also, what am I actually looking for? Do you know what I'm looking for? Isn't actually in this bag, so give me 1 second. I apologize for the cut that I more than likely had to do there because these wee YouTube tracksuit bottoms, they show my butt. They show my knickers, like. Okay, right, so this thing is another thing I got with my Amazon vouchers. It's by Terry, and it's a brightening CC cream. I don't know what any of that means, but I've seen people using it on TikTok because I'm impressionable sometimes, and it looked magic. Obviously, they were using the tan one, but like, have you seen me? So I decided to get this one. So let's try this together. I've not actually used it. So, yeah. It smells like roses, though. Here we are again. It really is such a tiny car, guys. I can't even... It's a Fiat 500. And that's the noise it's making. Okay. Amazing. Alright. Also, I do apologise, because anytime I watch back any of these Get Ready With Me's, I always laugh at how aggressively I touch my skin. It's not nice. It's not fair to it. It doesn't deserve to be treated like this, but here we are. Treating it like that anyway. This boy, I was literally doing laps in my neighborhood, which on that, I moved house. I was paying rent since like last month, and I bit the bullet and I finally moved into my place, which you'll know if you follow me on social media. I will be doing a room tour at some point. It's not a big room, but like I always show you guys where I end up living, so I will do a video. Like I said, as soon as I get my computer back, really. Which after this, after I get my face on, I'm going to call the people and be like, hey, can I have my computer back now, please? Thank you. But I was telling Patreon the other day, like, they were trying to charge me 500 squid to fix a problem that it's Apple's problem, that they made a cable too short, and it eventually wears off after a while. So it's actually like not my fault, it is a fault in the computer, and they were still going to charge me £500, which is great. Also, in before, get a PC. We can have this fight all day. I don't care. I have nothing against PC. I'm just a Apple person. I like editing videos on my Apple computer. Thank you. Let's not fight, shall we? I think if I played more video games, I would definitely get a PC, but I am terrible. So, also there's a mirror down here if you're wondering where I'm looking. Oh gosh, I really should have wiped under my eyes before I did this, because like there's absolutely still some of yesterday's mascara just like dripping in there. Ooh. I bet you this is like where I won't put on as much concealer as I usually do, just to try and make people think that I don't wear 10 layers of concealer every day. Also, that's a weird thing about quarantine so far for me, is that I've been wearing more makeup than I ever have done before, in the sense of like, before this I wore makeup like 2 times a week, maximum. And I obviously make sure on those days, like, I was posting on social media because it was like, oh, look, I'm a person. Whereas for some reason, quarantine, I've actually been painting my face. I think it's because I like doing, like, live streams. Well, I've always liked doing live streams, but I definitely feel like no one's going to judge me for, like, doing a daily live stream at the minute. So that's nice. But I will be jumping over on Twitch soon. To start doing live streams over there. I'm just waiting to get my account details properly updated, because SoundCloud and Twitch did a deal recently where if you're like a music artist, you can now get paid on Twitch without having to do the 150 shows or however many shows you're supposed to do before you get paid on Twitch. And I'm not doing it to get paid. It's just nice to know that there's like an option there if like somebody did enjoy watching. I can't play my video games though, I'm sorry, and that is because I left my Xbox in Ireland, because when I really rushed over. I had a flight booked to come over for the online shows as per usual, because I was obviously still living at home. I hadn't moved into my place yet, and I then just freaked out. Our lockdown didn't happen till the Tuesday, but I kept hearing it was going to happen on Friday, the Friday before that Tuesday. So I was like, okay, I just ended up changing my flight and just dashing to England so that I didn't get stuck at home. Because the plus side is obviously like if I got stuck at home, you're safer because you're in the middle of nowhere, and the chances of you getting sick are very slim. But I think what the scary thing was, we don't know how long this is going to last. We don't know how long the lockdown's going to be. And I don't know if I could personally afford to be at home for like 3 months or whatever. I think I'd be in a lot of trouble. So I felt like I'll come over and I'll make it work. And you know, I have been very safe so far. Like I've not been doing anything silly. No leaving the house unless I have to, that kind of stuff. So that's been alright. I don't feel like I'm playing silly buggers. But, you know, it's as much as I would have loved to have stayed at home, you know, that would have been great, but I just can't afford to, because, like, the Wi-Fi there, non-existent, which meant I wouldn't be able to make content. And you're probably saying, Janet, you're not exactly making much more content at the minute. And to that I say, true, but that wasn't my fault. That was my computer. Literally the first week of me coming over here, just deciding to be like, no, you know what, not gonna work. Okay, did I just spill a frick ton of translucent powder? Yes. Look at these bed sheets are white, but I think it's on the black bit. Okay. Hi, I'm Janet. Absolutely a beauty YouTuber, if you haven't been able to tell. I know everything there is to know about makeup. You're welcome. Oh, that's too much powder. Do you see that? Do you see that? Oh my god, Janet. This is why we don't do this. Anyway. But like, right, so I know that there's a lot of downsides to quarantine. I give you this. But it's been really nice to see people coming together as a community. And also, to the people who like don't leave their house regularly anyway, I feel like for the first time they don't have as much anxiety about staying at home all the time. Like, I don't feel like I'm being judged now if I don't leave my house for a day, you know, because we know if I'm not going to the gym, why am I leaving the house? You know, or like if I'm not going to the gym, or I'm not going for a run or walking my dog, why am I leaving the house? So for me, the only thing that's really been terrible about this lockdown, minus the the insecurity of income, has just been not being able to work out. That's it. So I think I don't even have my shoes at the minute either, so like I can't even work out even if I wanted to, which definitely sucks. Sorry, because I would love to go for a run, but I can't even properly go for walks at the minute, because if I don't have my insole in, I went on a few long walks and my hip already hurts and my ankles already hurt, So I'm just like gonna not do that for a little bit. Just so I don't hurt myself. That would be nice, but I definitely just want to go for like obviously that my ideal would be to lift weights again, but like that's not gonna be happening for a while, and I just want to go for a run and I can't. I also have like a few video ideas planned. I want to read, I want to start reading bits of the book. I want to let you guys hear little snippets of what's going on, like so you can get like a little taster. It also means I'm going to start like telling you guys more of my sins. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So if you thought the alcoholic thing was a lot, you're in for a wild ride, because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on in this little brain of mine. But I'm sure, as you can tell, I'm managing, you know. Mental health, mental illness, whatever, shouldn't define us. It definitely, I don't let it own me. Just because I have it doesn't mean that that's all I am. Although I'm the first person to call me crazy, like, absolutely, but you know, that's my thing. But it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be scary, obviously, to open up and tell people more things about myself, but like here, I wrote a whole book on it. So I can't exactly backtrack now. It's a bit late. But I think it's about time that everybody just has a bit more clarity on me. I think the only thing that I'm like afraid of is like people doing what I think is like a reflex. Like when I come out with the next confession, I feel like people are gonna be like, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be met with a lot of negativity, just like why are you telling us all this, or like, why do you have so many issues? I definitely feel like my issues are gonna be like used against me. They already have. I've already had people comment and going like, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this. What's wrong with you? Like, and I understand that that's coming from like a place of ignorance, and it's absolutely not my fault or whatever. Like, I'm glad that they don't get it. I feel for the people who do get me whenever I talk about having like multiple issues. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. But also I think it's just because like if I seen it, I'd be like, Jesus, what is wrong with this girl? But I don't know. I want to start like eking out them so that I don't just drop a book in your laps and then you just go, Jesus, what's wrong with this girl? At least if I like start drip feeding some little snippets of the book and a few of the confessions that I have to make, at least then it's there's a little bit more breathing space than just dropping a book in people's laps. But we'll see. I'm still waiting on, I know I did the unboxing, but I left the book behind at my manager's house, so I don't actually have the book right now. Also, yes, I know if you like see any of my Instagram pictures these days, you're well aware that I wear absolutely way too much blush. And usually by this time of year I do the same thing but like with bronzer, but I don't own any bronzer right now. So we're sticking with peachy pink. Also, I didn't explain that yes, I do brush my eyebrows up. We will get to that in a little bit. Because I seem to just constantly get questions now about my makeup, and that's why I'm doing the get ready with me instead of like a makeup tutorial, because like I'm like legit using the wrong brushes for everything so far. Like I used like one of these stapling brushes things for putting on powder. It's not what that's for, but you know, I don't care. We'll make it work. I'd use paint brushes if it did the job. Do you know what I mean? So please don't come for me in the comments and laugh at me. Just be aware that I'm trying my best, and well, actually no, I'm not, because I'm not doing anything to educate myself on the means of makeup. I just do what I like with it. Oh, now I'm forgetting my own steps. Like, how do I even do this? Also, I realized like I put this on and then put powder on top of it, which is absolutely redundant. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that. But I didn't put powder all over it, you know. Right, what's next, Janet? Oh yeah. This is like, I think you can tell like there's like a little pattern here, but these colors, like those kinds of colors, for some reason really make me happy, and I don't know why. This used to be the Hayley Williams one, and that's literally the only reason I bought it, because I was obsessed with Hayley Williams when I was growing up, and I still am. Like, let's face it, she's a queen. This is again the wrong brush. Don't know what this brush is for, but it's not for this. But I like to just push it onto my face instead of doing the swipe that the other brushes do. Did I used to have a highlighter brush? Yeah. Where did it go? To brush heaven, like all the rest of them, because I'd much rather just do my face with my hands if I could. But with powder, it doesn't float. But anyway, I wonder how many people are crying watching this. I'm so sorry. But again, as long as it gets the job done, like, people seem to always compliment me on my makeup, so that it's like, what do you want? I'm doing it wrong. I'm going the wrong way about it, but apparently it looks okay. And people do not always compliment me on my makeup. I get some compliments, not a lot. Right, I'm gonna leave my nose and lip for a bit. We'll come back to that. Okay, so here is where I cheat the system. So if you want to pretend like everything I do is absolutely natural, then please leave the room. Another rose thing. Right, so now that your face is soaking wet, again, this isn't a tutorial, but because I wasn't able to get out and get in the sun last year because I had whooping cough, I lost a lot of my freckles. So this is a ginger eyebrow pencil, and I just go in and add some freckles where I can see that there are freckles, but they haven't fully come to the surface yet. I just try and draw on top of them, so I tell myself that it's not a full lie, that it's only like a little white lie. I don't think I'll be getting much freckles back this year, considering I can only go outside once a day. But hey ho. It was really funny though when I dyed my hair blonde. People were like, why are you covering up your freckles? Blah blah blah. And it really was just because when I usually, like a few years ago, you would have seen me posting photos with my freckles, and they were literally my freckles. But like I said, like I couldn't get out in the sun last year because of being ill. So they're definitely coming back, but they're nowhere near as good as they were a while back. So we'll get there. But I want to show people it's like, oh, look at me, I've been outside. What are you talking about? Quarantine who? Who is she? Oop. Also, people, this is the same eyebrow. This is the same thing I'm going to use on my eyebrows. It's probably like not the most advice thing. You maybe want a bit of differentiation. We'll pretend that that's a word. Is it a word? Who knows? Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. It's also much later right now than I usually put my makeup on. What time is it? It's 10 to 12. The reason why it's later is because on Wednesday, so the day that I'm filming this, I have therapy at 9 in the morning, and I always forget. Luckily, I'm an early riser, but I've actually had to start like setting an alarm with a weird ringtone at like 8 a.m. in case I've slept in, just to remind myself that if I sleep in any longer, I'm gonna be literally Skyping my therapist in my pajamas. I like to at least give the illusion. Like, well, if you've seen my pajamas, you'll understand why I don't want to Skype my therapist in my pajamas, because no, they're not like sexy pajamas. It's a goat t-shirt. And I don't want the question. I don't want it. But it's been really good. So like I told myself that when I came back to England, I would make sure that I start going to therapy again. Because I was writing out what was going on in my life, but I wasn't going to therapy. I was just keeping him kind of updated. Whether he read any of it, no idea. This car again. Anyway, yeah, so I was just writing to him saying, like, this is going on, life's like this, la 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 la. Even though I absolutely could have went to see him when I was over in England. I don't know. I just felt like I don't know, I didn't want to go, because I was already, like, living well out of my means with travelling back and forth to Ireland so much. Like, the price of flights, my God. This is where I wish my family, like, lived in Dublin or something, because the flights there are super cheap. But anyway, so I couldn't really afford to go to therapy for a little bit, but it was okay because I had a regular schedule and I was just happy to float on through life, you know what I mean? And it was grand. So today, same old thing. Wake up, have an energy drink, watch some TikTok, and then get ready for it. And I honestly, this is where it's like super funny today. I was like, oh, you know, Mark, I don't really have that much stuff going on, to be honest. You know, he's been kept up to date with, like, me getting out of the non-relationship thing I was in. And that was fine. Like, we were just talking about loads of stuff, coping mechanisms, all that kind of thing. And I was happy enough. I was like, life's good, everything's good, yeah. The whole start of this. And then somehow, like some sort of weird magician, we somehow ended up on a topic that brought up so much childhood trauma. Like delving into, because he just literally went like, and that memory, what age are you in that memory? And I'm like 9. And how do you feel? And la-di-da-di-da, and la-di-da-di-da. And then you do like you do all these like tapping things. I think it's like EMDR or whatever for trauma. And oh my God, did I break? I freaking broke, because I had this memory then later on about like 5-year-old me, and he made me like talk to 5-year-old me, and it was like, oof, like, he's like, what would you say to her, blah blah blah, like, and in these situations you don't have to say it out loud or anything, you can just like say it in your head, and it was like, oh, I was bawling my eyes out. And this isn't a roundabout way to say this is why I don't get up early to put my makeup on for therapy, because I would be just a mess. But it was so productive. I literally, like at the end of our session today, he's like, you made a lot of good conclusions and stuff. And I really felt like I did, like absolutely everything down to like from why I act the way I act, why I'm drawn to certain people and want certain things from certain people, and why certain things make me feel uncomfortable, which shouldn't. It was just, as far as therapy sessions go, I think today's one was quite possibly one of the best I've ever had. So I'm very happy, and I think I'm happy because like I said, I thought like, I don't really have anything to say today, Mark. We're gonna have like a boring session. Like nothing's gonna happen. La da da. But it was really good. Like, I've been giving out his number flat to people, because he's really nice. He's not that expensive, because like friends of mine, I feel for them. Friends of mine go to therapy here in London, and it is so dear. Some of them are paying like £175 for a session, and the session's not even an hour long. Sometimes it's like 40-minute sessions. Also, I will come fix these big black dots that I'm putting on my face. Yeah, therapy in London is just like the most expensive thing ever, but he is like a really manageable price. And luckily he hasn't put up any of my prices either. He's kept them quite the same, which has been very, very useful. Because it's very easy in times like this to turn around and be like, oh, therapy's not like, it's a luxury, it's not a necessity, and I definitely like agree with that, and that's why I didn't have therapy possibly when I really could have done with it the most, you know, like when I was excessively drinking. I honestly could barely afford to put food on my table, let alone consider going to see a therapist. So I am angry with myself sometimes whenever I talk in videos and I sometimes just quickly say, oh, go get a therapist. Like, I know that that's not everybody's reality. And I honestly don't take it for granted, the fact that I can go see a therapist, and I really hope you know that I know that, and I am really sorry, and I have been there where, you know, it's really painful whenever you know you need to talk to someone, but you can't because you don't have the means to do it, like financially. In those days, you know, especially like in my, that is so clumpy, especially in my suicidal days, I can openly talk about these things now. When I was incredibly suicidal, I would just like, I would ring Samaritans all the time. So I, you know, moving forward, especially after the book comes out and things, like, there's definitely, you're going to see me working together with a lot more charities openly. There's been charities that I but like I help out with in my private life, and just don't tell anyone about. I think especially before like the alcoholism video, I think people will be like, why do you work with, why are you working with this charity or that charity or whatever. But yeah, now we're on eyebrows. By the way, has anyone noticed that this has had no continuous thread, this chat? Hello and welcome to my brain. So this is this is a very specific way of doing eyebrows, and I'm so sorry if this is like absolutely wrong to any of you YouTubers and stuff, but like you can see that like I've brushed my eyebrows upwards, and then I literally just kind of go in and like individually fill them. I don't know. And like I said, I'm going to come back and clean up what's going on in there, but it's easier to clean when it's dry. I keep getting text messages, my god. I'm not saying that because I sound popular, it's all work related. I swear if somebody rings me, I will actually cry. I won't. Doot, doot, doot. I don't know how I ended up starting to do my eyebrows like this. I think it started when I went to Paris and I bought that Benefit gel for the first time. Don't know. But yeah, back on therapy. I don't think I've had that many therapists. I had one a few years ago, like almost over a year ago now. And you know, I got him when I took my month off in Ireland, and I think he made me realize that, like, you know, therapy kind of needs to be a thing in my life, whether or not I want it to be or not. Like, because he literally made me sit down and research therapists in London. How weird is that? Like, your therapist making you sit down and call other therapists. But I appreciated it. He like literally made me call some of them. What I didn't appreciate was he was like, hey, you should check out this therapist. They work with, so obviously I have a lot of underlying issues that we don't talk about just yet, but they're coming. He's like, they deal with this, that, and the other. You should, you know, go consider talking to them. And, you know, they specialize as well in addiction. Also, I'm so sorry for that noise. There's a man literally messing with the gate. How are you not? It's a simple gate. Oh, buddy, oh, pal. Today has been the loudest that this has been in the whole 2 weeks I've been at this house. Because it is normally super duper quiet. There's barely anybody walking past. Unless, like, obviously at like 6 o'clock at night when everybody goes out for their wee walks. But it's usually super duper quiet. And then today, they're all out. They're all at it. But yeah, my therapist told me to go call this girl. He was actually in South London. And he really bigged her up. He's like, she deals with addiction and then all my other issues and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, wow. That's amazing. Okay. I'll definitely look into that. I called her. You know, we had like a little phone consultation, which are usually free. It's kind of a red flag if you're doing a consultation and they charge you. Like, if the consultation goes well, I'll happily pay you, like. But anyway, so she was a free consultation, and I was obviously like, after chatting to her, I was like, this is amazing. You get it. You get this. Wow. Okay, cool. And then she sent me like her details and stuff. for like, you know, potentially working together in the future. Luckily I'd said, oh, I'll consider it, you know, I have to see where I am, and when I get back out and when I get back to England or whatever, like I have to see where I am. And she was like £190 for a half-hour session. Wow. I can't tell you how much my jaw dropped, but also like I'm aware, right, that like she's a very specific type of therapist. Like she's got a lot of specialities under her belt. She's done a lot of studying. I get that. I'm absolutely not taken away from it. I'm not taking away from her or her hard work. But what I am saying is that like the therapist I was seeing didn't even ask, you know, like, what's your budget? He just was like, you're going to want to get a good therapist, am I right? So I found my new therapist literally by going online and researching for about 3 days. I felt like I was on the Try Guys. I was like, here we have 3 different therapists at 3 drastically different price points. It's not the Try Guys, that's the other video on BuzzFeed. But it felt like that. It's like, oh, I got loads of ones here. I've picked my top 3 and I had a consultation with each. If I picked the more expensive one, obviously I would have been going to therapy a lot less. I would have been going like maybe only once a month, maybe twice if I really thought I needed it, but I just couldn't afford it. Like that kind of specialist therapies and stuff, no. Also, I thought in my head when I was going home there for the 6 months in Ireland, I was like, oh, I'll go see another psychologist, and then because every time I've gone to see a psychologist, a psychiatrist, they're always like, yeah, we can't give you your exact diagnosis because you'll need to come see us for like a certain amount of time. And I've just never had that time in my life, as you can probably tell. Like things are always on the go. So I never had the time to like, sit down and get to know a therapist and let them get to know me so that they could take a wing at what's wrong with me. But, you know, diagnoses aren't always necessary. I think a lot of the time it just, for some people, having a label on it makes it easier to like decompartmentalize and sometimes go, oh, I'm acting out because of this part of, this is a symptom of this thing and all the rest of it. Someday I definitely will go see a psychiatrist for long enough that I will get my diagnosis. But at the minute, it's actually like, obviously like we have had a few guesses. There's like 3 main guesses as to what it is. One of them is quite scary, I suppose, only because of how society perceives it, or like society talks about it. But like I don't think any of them actually scare me, because I feel like I've been exposed to the world of like mental health now for a very long time, so I just understand that, like, you know, you're not your diagnosis or whatever. But I could totally understand where, like, if you had never gone to a lot of therapies or anything like that, and then you go to a psychiatrist first, especially if you went there first, and they give you a big scary diagnosis, you'd be petrified, because you'd be like, oh my god, I'm not me, I'm this condition. But that's not true. It's absolutely not true. But yeah, someday I will. Someday. But yeah, it's always really funny because I literally can't go a day without somebody being like, oh, you've definitely got ADHD. And I do have a really, really, really close friend of mine who does have it. And they absolutely think I do, which is hilarious. But hey, I still managed to get stuff done. I still managed to float along here. But also I'm still able to, like, you know, talk to my therapist about what's going on and what's been on in my past. And we're still making, like I said, good groundwork, which is great. Thank gosh. Oh, eyebrows, why are you so complicated? Also, I don't know why I've started spending more time on doing these. It's only because I can't get them dyed, and at the minute, obviously, world's shut down. And because of going outside, they go really, really blonde, and then they disappear. And also, have you seen my roots? Beautiful. Beautiful. Woo! I think that's done, isn't it? Looks like an eyebrow. They're always different. Every single bloody day I do these, they're different. Oh, I went over that line. Oh no. Oh no. It's fine. It's fine. It's an eyebrow. Fine. And not like a woman's. Fine. It's fine, fine. Oop, I also need to stop. I accidentally said in a video the other day, because we know I'm bisexual, and instead of like saying a joke about people I date, oh my god, guys, I genuinely have to apologize for all this background noise. That man, oh, he must have a flat tire. I've never had it this bad. What the frick? Anyway, although I will admit, on my second day of being here, I slept with all my windows open, and at like 7 o'clock in the morning the bedmen came, and it was absolutely so terrifying because all I heard was like a big crash of glass, and this is a new environment for me, so I freaked out. Okay, eyeliner, again, I don't know how to tell you how to do it. Oh wait, I need to clean it up, don't I? Freak. Don't know why that's the thing I do. As soon as I get a makeup wipe out. I'm not even wearing anything on my lips, but I have to do it. Anyway, right, get off. Oh my god. Did you hear this? Well, do you know what this is? London ASMR. If you've ever wondered what it's like to live in London, there you go. Even a residential part of London. It's still noisy, apparently. It's not too bad. Although, like, it's going to be worse in a few months because I live opposite a school. It's quite a big London school as well. So it's like, this is going to be a loud place to live. Alright, while I do this, listen to the ASMR. Oh my god. Cool. Also, I joined Tinder again. What is up, my guys? What is up? And girls, and like, well, actually, Tinder's just, so I have a weird way of doing it. I have Tinder for guys, Bumble for girls, and then Raya for boring people, because I've come to learn, because Ray is like an exclusive dating app, so like people have to be like a CEO or something, or a model, or an actor or a singer or something to be on it, and they won't even accept people who are famous if they don't feel like they fit on the app. It's so elitist, it's so wrong, but I am so curious, so I had to get it. I just wanted to apply and see if I would get in. So I did, and then I matched with a few, like, I'm not gonna lie, some quite famous people that I may or may not have absolutely fangirled over. And then you get chatting to them and you're like, oh, this will be great, this will be so fun. And then you find out famous people are really boring. That's a generalization, but it seems pretty accurate so far. I will keep you posted. But literally, I don't know, like, I have just found the banter on like other dating apps so fun. Like, even if somebody's being a creep, you can still, like, they almost know they're being a creep and it's kind of funny. Whereas like the likes of Rhea, people are like not there for a giggle, I don't know. And it's not like they're like, oh, I'm here for like a serious relationship either. It's just like there's no banter. And I swear I've even matched with people that are like from places where you think that they're funny people and you're like, what happened? Yeah, not that fun. But if anybody watching this wants a Rhea code, like, hit me up. I'll give you the code. I can't, I've only got one friend pass. And I gave it to one of my mates once, being like, hey, I'm on Maria, do you want to like join so you can like look at all the single famous people? And she's like, oh my god, yes, sent her the code, and it only works on iOS devices. So what is this? Ben Laurie. My god. Do you know what? If I upload this and you somehow made it this far, congratulations for just thank you, actually, not congratulations. Congratulations to me. Thank you for sticking out all of the horrible noises that have gone on in this bloody video. Like, sweet baby Jesus. Right, last but not least. Gotta add the boop, you know? Boop. Like I said, wrong brush. Look at that little shiny nose. Little boop boop. It's like so pointless. Like, why do I want a shiny little brown bit on my nose? Does it make me feel way cuter? Yes. So it's staying. Woo. Okay. My mouth tastes like highlighter. That's fine. Okay. We're done. This is how you get my face. I didn't actually tutorial anybody the whole way through this, but I'm sure if you watch close enough, it looks like I'm putting on makeup. What's up, Ben Laurie? What is up? What is up, Kyle? Okay. Right. So yeah, if by some miracle you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I have no idea what I even spoke about in this video. Let me know if you relate to anything in the comments. Alright, I'm off to get some work done and maybe upload this. It depends how bad that noise was. And let's face it, even if it was bad, I'll probably still upload it because I haven't really put anything on my YouTube channel in a long time. Okay, I hope you're having a happy day and that the world is treating you the way you deserve. Alright, bye.